Hi, everybody. We're going to do a fun tarot night tonight. We're going to do intuitive, I can't talk, intuitive readings and tarot cards on the collective and what's going on in the world. I have the lovely ladies of Frances and Renee with me to help me to go through this fun little tarot night. And we're going to begin with Renee. She's already pulled some cards, and we're going to let her take it over.
Did you want to introduce me as what I'm going to be doing in the future, or do you want me to do that?
I already forgot. I'm so sorry. Renee is not only a psychic and a tarot reader, she's also running for governor of South Dakota, which I think is freaking fabulous because we need grassroots people in these positions to take back what we know has been taken from us. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But what a beautiful person to be in this position running for governor, as to have a psychic in the house. I think that's amazing. You know, there's so many governors and presidents and stuff in history that hired psychics to come in and help them to make their decisions. So why not have a psychic doing both jobs, Renee?
Exactly. I mean, what's better than using our own intuition for the betterment of people? And that's all I want to do, is help the people of my state. And the best way to change, you can't change things from the bottom, only from the top down. So that's what I plan on doing whenever I get there and get voted in. So that's right. But tonight I drew a great tarot spread for 2022. I didn't even ask anything of the cards. I just said, what do you want us to know? And I got a great tarot reading. So, and this is kind of for the world and basically for the US. And do you want me to start then with it and then let everybody answer questions after? Okay, sounds good. I'm just going to share screen so they can see the first cards that I've got.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. This, I drew the Page of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Sun card. Okay. And I'm going to go over this. And let me stop share just so they can see what I've got. And for the Page of Swords, it's the power of the mind, and it's to become formidable in infinite. Gosh, I can't even speak tonight. Okay, we're constantly learning from, we're constantly learning from new situations. And so this page is just, it's the power of the mind. You know, we can do anything we want when we set our mind to it. That's basically what the page is about. Even the smallest person can make a big difference. And that's what that one is about. And then, of course, I drew our ladies card, which is the Three of Cups. And this is about celebration, music, dance, and rhythm. And the thing is with this is that music helps heal us. And this is a state of time where our state of mind determines our healing process. And we can celebrate because we are winning. And then I also had the Sun card as a clarifier. And with the Sun card, this one means, you know, that the sun is great. It's the light. It's the wind, you know, that we are light. We are that. And so it's a very positive card. And then the next three cards I drew, I'm going to go back to share screen. And I'm going to go to the next one. And this one, I drew the Ace of Swords, the Chariot, the Temperance card. And with these cards, for the Swords card, the aces are always yeses. And this means victory. It means, and the eagle in this card, I feel means the USA. We are going to win over everything that's coming at us. And, you know, it's creative thoughts. Our creative thoughts will produce this. And the clarifier card with this I got is the Ace of Swords too. But in this one, it's the dove that's in the picture. And I feel like this means the world will win too. When the USA wins, the world wins.
That's
And
right.
the next one is the Chariot. And this forces us to manifest victory over conflicts. And this means whatever conflicts are in our life or in our environment or it coming at us, wherever they're coming from, that this will manifest, victory manifests. And then, of course, I got the Knight of Wands. And this is sure of himself, fire to flames of, and of passion, inner passion, intense bravado. See, it brings the more intense, the more our inner fire lights it, brings it for everybody. And then with the Temperance card, this was a tough card to kind of figure because this is balancing one against manifests itself. All four elements are represented here. And I think what this means is that we, our victory is already determined. We're just in a state of, if you notice, she is in a static state. She's not moving. It's all forces are keeping her there. All the elements are. So, and then of course, I got, sorry, I can't read my own cards. Eight of Wands. And this means putting ideas into action, consolidated intent. That means all of us together, our consolidated intent, intent brings things about to our victory. And then the last one, let me just. And then the last bit of cards here, as you can see, is the swords. And this is the champion of the mind. Thoughts like birds of prey, sharp and dangerous, calls down the storm. See, we can calm down the storm. The birds of prey, the things coming at us, the negativity coming at us, we can all be champions in our mind. And our mind determines, like I always say, thoughts create our reality. And so the more we think positive, the more we know that things are coming to us. It doesn't matter what they throw at us. We can be positive and we can have a positive outcome. And then, of course, the other one, too, with this one, this card, see, none of the swords are touching us. It's all in our mind that we're being harmed. And it's about losing our fear over things. The more we lose our fear, the more nothing touches us, whether it's health, whether it's other people coming at us. The more we fear, the more things happen. But really, there's nothing touching us. The swords are not touching us. It's not going to happen. It's really saying, lose your fear. That's all there is the fear. Nothing's really going to harm us. And then the Page of Wands came up too. And this one is like any small fire creating a blaze, gets things started and makes things happen. So even the smallest of us can create things. And like me running for governor, I mean, the thing is that the more we believe we can do something, the more we can. It just takes one small person to start that blaze. We don't have to be a big person to make great changes. Right. And then the final card is the Two of Wands. And this is about the gate is open. I believe the future awaits. Be informed, and evaluate your options. But the real thing is that it's a choosing of the path, but I feel like it's choosing of, if you notice, the light is really shining through those two wands. And to me, this is all about us coming into our power and believing we are strong and choosing the path of enlightenment. Really. So, I mean, I think that that's a great whole message for the whole world is that, like I said, we win. We have victory. This card is all about victory. We already have it. We don't have to think of anything else, and the world will have victory too. So I think that these two cards are so important because this
And the
one has the
Chariot.
eagle in it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The Chariot is a card of victory
So,
as well.
yes, I know the Chariot is also victory.
Mhm.
It's also overcoming all the obstacles that will create us victory. We've already won. I think the cards are saying that, and so many people have already said that, even the political thing. You know, the good guys have already won. We don't have to worry so much, and that nothing is really going to hurt us. You know, like I said, nothing's really going to hurt us. It's our own, only our fear is holding us back. The
Yeah.
more people, you know, I mean, let's face it, the most we've gotten is the flu. All the flu numbers are combined with everything else, and we shouldn't have any fear over the flu.
Right.
So at least that's my belief of it. So, you know, everybody can believe different things, and I'm open to that, but I feel like it's a great message for 2022 is that we have victory. We do have victory. It's already won. And no matter how you look at it, whether it's in our personal lives or in the political realm, I think this all correlates to for everybody.
Yeah. And I think that shows
Anybody?
in this energy that we've been going through lately with the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs of energy, where you don't know if it's going to be good or bad. You just know something is about to happen. And I think
Right.
Francis actually touched on that before we started recording, and I would like to double back to that, if you don't mind, Francis, if I'm not putting you on the spot with that, and have you reiterate
No,
what you said prior to going on.
yeah, I mean, yes, certainly. So, you know, we started this year off in an interesting time where the full moon began just before the year ended, but the moon almost remained full for almost a week afterwards. And the way the different planets aligned, this is a year of discernment. I believe that you've heard me use that word before, and it is interesting because when it's my time, you will see the two cards that fell out. I intune my own readings, and as Renee was sharing, I saw so much of what is happening, the energy that we're feeling within that card. I saw more about this is a year of self, the need to get in contact with yourself and to better understand yourself, you know, to know what you want, what you need, and to know the difference between them. I also felt that with the energies that are going on, it really gives us an opportunity to step back, not take things as face value. So don't take it that Francis said, this is the best pizza shop in the world, and that's the only one that you should go to, and that is word. Because each being on this earth, this is the time for them to do their work. And by saying doing your work, you have to be in contact with what is right for you, because the illusion is in the forefront, right? Tune into the illusion becomes the reality. So I will use a very basic example that I think I believe many of us have experienced. One of my favorite songs by the Boomtown Rats, Tell Me Why I Don't Like Mondays, right? We've all for many, many years embodied this, oh goodness, it's Monday. Oh, Monday. But in actuality, Monday has never really done anything to us. You know, other days during the week have been difficult, but we have just accepted that Mondays are going to be difficult and just embodied that and move forward with that. Well, 2022 is really the year of learning how to break those habits for yourself, so that yourself will know what truth is when you hear it and when you see it. Because truth for you could be different from truth for me. We are being given what we need, but remember, our journey is at different points. So keep that in mind. It is never a blanket for all. So very important to always pause, say, okay, is this for me? And if it is, you will know.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what other people think or are doing.
Right.
I do want to talk about one thing about Mondays. And I think the reason people don't like Mondays is they have been in jobs and in careers that they don't like because they don't resonate with them from their inner level of being. Some of these corporations that run these jobs that people do, the corporations are running us. We need to run the corporations. And the problem is that the corporations have taken over and have become the voice of the people. And really, they are never the voice of the people. And the reason people don't like Mondays is they're going to a job they hate. And so, I mean, who wouldn't not like Mondays then? Because that means that now they're a slave again. And so nobody likes slavery. And of course, I think that is part of the reason that people don't like Mondays. But like I said, we're having a victory. And I love this card because I always feel like this card is our girl card that comes up, because it's all saying that everything that we do from an energetic level and a psychic level influences everything. And we do have celebration in this because I have freed myself from the slave force. I think all three of us have, freed ourselves from that. And so, of course, we're much happier. I don't care what day it is anymore. But when I was doing things that didn't align with my soul and my essence, you don't feel good about that. And I hope that's a good explanation.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of why people don't like Monday is because they don't like what they're doing with their life.
Exactly.
We have to.
And that again, and so that comes back.
Mm-hmm.
That comes back to being in alignment for yourself. You see, it's not so much the job. We have become stuck in routines. But remember, you don't like Monday, but you're still going there Tuesday. You're still going there Wednesday. And some are still going there if there's overtime. So it is about learning how to be in alignment with what is right for you. Don't just take the word of someone else and allow that to play as your record, because then you fall into the pattern and then you fall into the habit.
Well, I agree with that.
I think
our thoughts do create our reality. But I mean, the thing is that there is reasons people have not liked Mondays, and that is mainly because their freedom days are now done and they have to start over for the week. And so that is a big reason. And I always say everything always seemed to go wrong on Mondays. Mondays was the beginning of the week where you dealt with all the problems. When I had a business, Mondays were busy, but you never got anything accomplished. Tuesdays when things started getting accomplished because you got over all the problems from the beginning of the week. So, everything does kind of correlate. So, I mean, there is a reason people created that song. And it is because our days of slavery started, for the week, and paying the master. So much of our energy is spent paying these people that do nothing for us. And we're taking our power back, and that's all going to be a victory. Again, the cards are saying we're going to have a victory in so many different ways. I mean, the Ace of Swords is words. Like Janine says, swords are words, and it's mean, and aces are yeses. And so this is, yes, we are going to have a fantastic year. We are going to really enjoy it because so many people are freeing themselves, and so many people do not want to go back to the office. They are dreading that. They want to be at home with their families. They see so much that they're doing, and this is going to be a victory for the world as well. And so, we got two yeses in this whole reading. And I just see so many good things coming in 2022, and that's what we need to focus on, you know?
Agreed. Absolutely agreed. And if you don't mind, let's pause long enough because there's a little lag time between the three of us. So let's, before we try to speak, pause, make sure everyone has said everything they need to say so that we're not cutting each other off. Okay. So I've been pulling a few cards myself here. I have all kinds of cards in front of me. It's kind of like having a goodie bag of candy. And so for the like intuitive energy of the collective that's happening, I see that we're really starting to come back into focus as a collective in that service to others mentality, but in like a whole new way. It's not like, oh, I have to do this for other people, because we've actually all started learning on an individual level those clear boundaries of where we're putting too much energy into things, and we're rearranging our lives, even changing jobs, finding things that feed our soul, finding things that bring us joy. Like everybody is doing this. That's part of what's blanketing this great awakening that's happening, is this catalyst of this burning fire of change that's within everyone now. And it shows in these cards because the service to others is coming back in a joyful way now, which is something I haven't seen in the cards for a long time. So this really touches my heart. This one card alone really touches my heart. And then acceptance also is another one that came out. And we are learning to accept ourselves. We're learning to love ourselves and honor ourselves. And I think that's really beautiful too, because that's part of what's broken at the roots of society worldwide right now, is that we were never taught to love ourselves. And people are coming home to that.
Agreed.
We're really learning what that means. You know, I did a show last night with Garrett and Amanda, and we talked about being a little kid, and we all showed our photograph, and, you know, tap into that little kid and those joys that you found in life as a little kid. And so many people are actually doing that now, you know, where they'll do those things that most people would say is silly for you to do as an adult. But who the hell cares? It was fun. Who cares if it was silly, right? Like Frances, she'll hear some good music and she's twerking all the way to the ground, right? I just can't get that image out of my head. That's just like, I'm like, right on, girl.
I'm just, you know,
with you.
I don't, right, Kelly, right. You know, something comes on, the beat is good. It's time to just like break it down, go lower, go lower, go lower, go lower, pray the knees work, pray the knees work, pray the knees work, you know? But it's, you know, when we were children, Kelly, like you said, we were so free.
Yes.
And we need to bring that. We have
free
somehow imprisoned ourselves.
Yeah.
We have actually become our own prison. So we need to bring that freedom out again. What is wrong with stepping in a puddle? It's okay. A puddle never harmed you. And if you're walking and you do step in a puddle, even if you're upset, try to recall a memory from when you were actually purposely splashed in the puddle. It's so healing.
Yes, it really is.
Whenever it rained, I would get boots on and we'd go splash in the puddles all the time and see how deep the water was. That was something that we did all the time as a kid, you know. Right. I loved water. I was always drawn to it. Hell, if there was a puddle, I'd find a way to go splash in it, you know. Animals do it too. Animals.
They do. Animals do it. And you know what? Just the three of us sharing that thing that we have in common about loving to stomp in the puddles or break it down is perfect for this next card, actually, guys, because the next card is friendship. And people are really reassessing relationships and finding their soul tribe, finding the people that they really do vibe with, you know, they jive together, they flow together, they They have things in common that make them smile. You know, it's not those typical friendships that we used to have where you're like, yeah, come on over. And then you just kind of sit there and twiddle your thumbs because you really have nothing in common anymore. You know, people are really reassessing friendship. And that's showing in the cards as well. And I mean, like, seriously, these 3 cards are like the best thing that we could possibly hope for to see in the collective, honestly, because we do need to be in service to others, and we do need to accept who we are and accept others for who they are, and to have those friendships that are like the friendships I have with you guys now, that no, I'm going to get emotional, no amount of money.
I know we've all made just huge friends, and you know, I have some friends in my own community, but I have more that are across the world, the United States. I have one in California, I have you in Indiana, I have you in Massachusetts, I have, you know, we have Monica in the UK. We have, you know, we have broadened our horizons so much through the internet. You know, why do they want to shut us down from speaking? Because it's bringing people together.
I'm sorry, Renee. It's this is a really, really telling time, right? It's all part of the journey of coming into your own and understanding what is real and what is the illusion. And despite what has occurred in the world over the past couple of years and even long before, this is actually the good that is coming out of it, whether it was intended or not. Because as individuals, we know what we need, and we now are not afraid to go for what we need, to surround ourselves with the people that really genuinely bring us joy, not the people that fit the script that should be our friends or our, but the people that bring us joy, the people that feed our soul.
Yes.
And that's what it's about.
And we have
so yes, there's other stuff that's going on, but this is where we get to embrace the positive and show how it's working for us, so that the viewers and those that are to come that will watch this at a later time will see this. And if they're going through it, recognize that it's not something that's wrong with them. It's part of that moving forward.
Well, and they say there is no coincidences. You know, there are no coincidences. The creator has already created this, you know, and we have to remember that the creator brought us all together for a reason, so that we can make changes together. And I think that's a great thing to have.
Yeah. And yeah, it is. It's such an amazingly great thing. And I just want to like take a moment for us and everyone that's watching to just take this in and become aware of it, right? Really feel it, really be aware of it. That yes, these cards show us where we're going, but they also are showing us where we're at now and how far we've come. Because for whatever reason, each one of us went on that journey in the past few years to find the right people to be around, our soul family, our soul tribe, to eliminate the negative, to have the clear boundaries, to learn how to love ourselves and accept ourselves and others, yada, yada, all of it. Like whether it was because you were suppressed and confined at home from the stupid flu or some other journey, you know, doesn't matter. It was meant to happen in this manner. And when Francis was speaking, all I could hear back here in this voice in my head was good always wins. Good always wins. And we need to remember that, because we've been in this energy for so long that we forgot that good does always win. And I mean, there's results of it now all around us that we're winning. We are winning, you know, and I just think that's beautiful. I have so much to be grateful for personally.
And you are right about the energy, and that is why the push and the pull is intense. The
Yeah.
up and down is intense, because when someone feels as though they are losing something, it's like you're carrying a bag and you feel as if the bag is slipping out of your hand. What's the first thing you do? You hold on tighter, right?
Yeah.
So that's it. That's what's happening. It's the holding on tighter. But if we recognize that the reason that it's being held on tighter is because it's actually slipping. See, very important to know, understand what is happening on the other side, because that's where we're going to get our energy to keep moving forward. That's why it's a boom, boom, like no middle, because I got to hold on to it. I'm about to lose it. I'm about to lose it. I'm holding on to it. I'm holding on to it. But but that means you're holding on tightly because it's shifting away from you. And I mean, I felt so warmed from the card about service to others. It is a return to our foundational humanity, where we serve others, not because there is something for us to gain, but because it brings us joy. It is that recognition of unconditional love. I mean, I have noticed people holding the door open for me and doing what I used to do, yelling at me and telling me not to hurry, to take my time. This is what I used to do. I've noticed strangers doing this, and I have been paying attention. And I see that and I'm like, yes, we need to learn how to take care of and respect each other again. We're all different. We were all meant to be different.
Yeah.
But we're still meant to respect each other. So that card about service to others, it held a lot of meaning for me. And the friendships. Many people are going to encounter friendships, what I'm being told is that you will realize that the circle of friends is no longer about the number, but about the quality.
Right.
And it's important not to question that. Very important not to question that, because you will feel like I feel. You will end up with apple cheeks, because every time you see the people that are your true friends, you can't help but, have this big Cheshire cat smile, like you've got some secret, but I really want to bottle that energy and spread it out and share it with the world, because people will find their tribe. They will find people that they truly connect with, and they will feel love. I'm being told that they will feel love, peace, and calm again.
I know I sure do.
And
I certainly do.
Agree. Giving feels good. It does feel good to give. It feels good to be in service to others. And that is another reason that, I wanted to run for governor, is to be in service to others. I mean, what more can you do by leading by a good example and doing good by people? And when I've had a business, I've also doing that in real estate, finding people homes. I mean, that's all, in service to others. The more we're in service to others, the more we enjoy our life. And I've always enjoyed giving, and I agree with Francis on that, and that, the card that comes up in service to others, all three of us are in service to others, and many more in our group are in service to others.
Mm-hmm.
And you are a beacon for those kind of people.
I've always been in the hospitality industry in some fashion or another my whole life.
And I just love how we're all going to recognize that being in service to others is the simplest, littlest things that we do every day. The mindfulness, the being present,
Yeah.
The fact that
Agreed.
you noticed that I was 50 yards away from you, but heading towards you, and you stopped because you wanted to hold the door for me, but you have never met me before. And we will return there. We will return there where the vibrations are high, where people are chattering, where the line is long, but nobody's complaining.
Yes.
Instead, people are making jokes about it and getting to know each other. We will get back to that place.
Yep. I think so too. So I have some more cards that I pulled too from this
Oh
new deck.
yes, sheer on.
I have what are they called? Intuitive. I think they're called intuitive oracle cards. I just got them today. I love them. And so I pulled 3 cards because I love 3s. And the first one is, the title of it is Automatic Negative Thoughts. And it says that we are learning to take charge of thoughts that we choose to give life to. And I mean, that's like so true, right? It's so true right now. We're really thinking about that stranger on the street that's going to need to come in that door that we're standing at, right? We're not thinking the negative thoughts anymore. We're not like, oh, F them, you know, they'll get the door on their own. Who cares? Right? We're all, you can witness that flip of perspective that's happening, right? And then we've got healing with nature. Your soul yearns to be outside in nature, around the healing waters, the flowers, and the trees. And like so many people that I know personally that normally would not give 2 cents to go outside are now spending more time outside, even if they're just like standing on their porch or sitting in a lawn chair or whatever it is. I mean, even with it being cold outside, I've literally witnessed more people in their yards this season, this winter season, than I can ever remember seeing just in my area, because more people are feeling that need, feeling that yearning, that call to be back in nature. And so again, I mean, it's pretty much, it's like the cards I've pulled is just spirit helping me to tell things I already knew, that I've already witnessed recently in people, which is brilliant because I would not have even thought to talk about it on my own. So how you like that? I love the way this works. I can't think of this.
I love it, love it.
You know, they just don't come to me. So I love that the cards help me to focus in on it. You know?
I love it, Kelly. And look at what happens when people go out with nature. Gaia gets happy again because people connect with Gaia.
Yes.
And it's a rebirth.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, we start to see the different greens on the tree.
Right. Right. I mean, there's so many beautiful colors to look at, you know, and even after the trees leaves have fallen, if you're looking around, there's so much different contrast and beauty, even in the winter scene.
Yes.
You know, and
yes.
the birds and the bugs that are still out that are making their little sounds, and the squirrels that are playing, or the chipmunks, or, you know, whatever's going on in your area. Could be raccoons, and a lot of people don't like raccoons, but I think they're pretty neat. I think they're really intelligent little creatures, really interesting to watch. And, you know, as kids, we did that. We would sit and watch nature, study nature. But then we got busy being adults and we forgot all about that. We walked away from it.
Yes.
And so I really love seeing people come back home to that. And that seems to be a theme in what we're talking about. We keep using those phrases, coming back home, coming back to self. And that's really what the Great Awakening is all about, is coming back home. And the last card I pulled here is Increase. And it says that you have successfully manifested something near and dear to your heart. And that's us loving ourselves again. That's us tapping into that inner child and remembering to sit in nature you know, because the more you focus on those kind of things and the more energy you give to them, the more beauty and blessings come to your life, just simply from feeling joy.
Right.
And people think that it's
Right.
so hard to manifest and create, but it's really so simple. It's so easy and simple because we naturally are creators. And so if we just simply find the things that bring us joy again, and we're grateful for that, all the other things that we need that are beautiful are going to come flowing to us, and all the bad stuff falls away. And people just don't understand that concept. It seems too easy, too simple to be true. But I mean, like, that should be
I
everybody's
have to,
project for the week, is to just give that a try. If you're not already experiencing this with the rest of the collective, give that a try. Just tap into your inner joy. What is making you happy? What does make you happy? Find more of that, whether it's ice cream or a cartoon or whatever, right? A crossword puzzle. No, there's no rules. It's whatever makes you happy,
Funny.
right?
Funny you said ice cream. Funny you said ice cream. I challenge people to, especially people that have children who I know their primary attention is their children. I challenge you to find 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, eat a piece of chocolate by yourself, sneak off and eat it, and don't let anybody in your household know, and chuckle to yourself and go back to bed. It's not going to hurt you. You need to unlock that cheekiness that we had as children that made us really smile. It is that simple.
Yes.
well,
It's that simple.
I have to say that manifesting, I've been, working on my own manifestation, and, we can manifest. Even when people tell us something is not possible, we can manifest it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've manifested children at 54. I think that anything is possible, So, I mean, I set the intention. I'm grateful for children coming into my life. I wanted children all my life. And so, we all can manifest what we need and want. You just have to believe it's possible. You have to have at least 75% positive energy to manifest what you want in your life. So, that's what I tell all my clients when they call for advice, is that you can manifest anything you want. You just have to believe it's possible, because we all can do anything we can imagine. And we have to put ourselves into children, because children manifest what they need very easily as children. And so when we get into our child mentality, before we were really separated from the creator, in a way, as children, we're more connected to Mother Earth. We're more connected to the creator energy. And so when we get into our childlike, we are manifesting easier, because we're thinking without all the encumbrances that come with life.
And the other thing too is that when you are when you're at a place where you have the peace and the joy, your vibrational level is different. So even if you're not focusing on stuff, it is you become a magnet to attract what you need, to attract the nice person that's going to say, oh, don't worry about the change if you're short when you're in the store, to attract the person to say, oh, don't worry, I'll walk you to the actual place because it's a bit complicated to find in this office. You attract those sorts of opportunities because you are rising in joy and you're giving joy out into the world, and Gaia is recognizing that and is then giving that back to you as well. So yeah, we are going to be well. It is going to be well for many. It is going to be well for many.
Did you have more cards, Kelly?
I do, but for these three cards, I want to show them to you, and then we'll just talk about intuitively what they mean for the collective. So this one, we have the bushfire. And I want to show you the other two cards first before we talk about them. Then we have the rock.
The power of a seed is what I get out of that one.
Yeah, see how that
Power of
one,
planting a seed.
right? I mean, that rock is sitting there pretty damn precariously. And this tree is growing perfectly upright out of the top. That's phenomenal. And then we have the hearth. And this is about comfort. This card is comfort.
And family.
All right, so we'll start with Francis and then we'll go to Renee and then I'll talk about what I think they mean to.
So the first one, the bushfire. For that one, I'm really sensing, I'm feeling more of a burning out of the old, because it's not so much that card, it's the middle one that came out of it. So I'm really feeling like a burning out of the old. And it's represented by fire, because fire is cleansing, you know, and it's interesting because it's a bushfire. And when I think about what do we use to cleanse, we use different types of bush bundles, you know, be it sage, be it mugwort. So I see that as the cleansing is coming, not in the literal sense that, oh, you know, there is a fire coming. Yes, there are fires that are happening, but I'm speaking on a more broader level, because we're speaking to people all around the world. So, however, do you see that rock? I mean, I don't know about anyone, but I've never seen a tree grow out of that rock, but that rock is firm and that tree is cemented. It is standing tall. It is standing proud. It is flourishing. And I can't tell if those are butterflies, but it's like an arch. It is almost as if it's saying, this is the fruit. Did you, it's almost like the tree and the rock are there, and there's sort of like an arch over it.
Yeah.
I could say, this is the promise. This is the goal. This is the space. This is where we're going.
Right.
And then you see all the sparkles of, there could be butterflies, there could be lights all around.
They get stars.
They're stars, and I'm seeing them as many other things.
Yeah.
And because we have arrived, then we are going to get the peace. Then we're going to get the comfort. Then we're going to get the relaxation. Then we're going to get the calm. Then we're going to get the quiet.
Yeah.
Right? We've earned the fruits of our labor. So that's a new deck. Very beautiful. And thank you for using that for us today, Kelly. But that is what I intuned with those three cards.
Yeah, very good. Renee?
Well, I agree that the fire is cleansing. We're being cleansed as a nation, as everything. And I do see a lot. I see the kangaroo escaping. I see the animals escaping. And I feel like that means a lot of us will escape the fire. We're escaping the fire. We're not going to be in the fire. And then, a tree can split a rock. Okay, we can plant the ideas of what we want for the future. That's what I get with the tree. okay,
Yeah.
that we will stand strong. The tree can split the rock. The rock does not have power over the tree. And if you've ever been in the forest, you will see many rocks split where the trees are growing through it, especially in the mountains. You see that all the time. And, you know, I mean, we will stand strong and we will have our families back. The hearth is all about family. I used to have a fireplace. All the animals will gather around, the children. Everybody likes the fire. The hearth represents family. It represents our having our families back and taking pride in our families. And because, I mean, the whole government program is wanting to split families up. We need to save the children, and the children are also in that picture as well. So I feel like all this good stuff is going to come from all the fire and all the trials and tribulations we've been through in the past years. I mean, many of us have went through difficult times. I went through many difficult times, you know, and I moved back home because of difficult times. And to my family, and family is forever. Family protects you. Even if they don't like you, they will protect you. They might not agree with you, which we don't always agree with everybody in our family, but we always love them. We love them from an energetic level as well as from a soul level. You know, even if family is our aggressor, it's to teach us lessons in life. Is to teach us.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed. So I agree with what both of you see in these cards, but I see something maybe a little bit deeper here too, more on an individual level for the collective, if you will, because all of us have this fire in us now. We have this newfound fire, right? Yeah, we're burning out the old. We're burning those bridges down because we don't ever want to turn around and go back. But we've got this new fire in us to find our freedom, find our truth, find our joy. And so to me, this feels like a card of the fire signs, you all, right? With the fire in your belly, the fire in your belly, the passion in your heart. Yeah. And so that's what I see with that card is us individually on an individual level within the collective. We all have this passion in us now to move forward into something happier, right? Something full of light and love and joy rather than this BS we've been in. We don't want any more of that BS. Like F that. We don't want it. And so then in this card, I actually like, yes, this is the seedling that's grown out of the rock up here, this precarious damn rock. Look at that rock, right? That's 4 rocks stacked up.
Okay.
Can you see all that?
Endurance. Okay.
And then you've got this
Endurance, yep.
Roots. See all those roots that are wrapped all around that rock everywhere to hang on to it for dear life. And then you've got that beautiful tree growing perfectly straight up in that dome around it. Well, as you all were talking, I actually can see a face here with eyes.
I can see 3.
And like this down here could even be considered eyes and a mouth. Like I see a face there. I see humans in this. Okay. I see the collective of humans, each of us on an individual level where we are planting roots that bring us the most beneficial health at this time, where we can truly flourish. And it doesn't matter how illusionary this precarious rock setup looks to us. We're still growing perfectly straight, right? And that's what I see for us on the collective, but in individual growth levels, is that we're putting down roots in new stuff, that stuff we had the passion to go find, right? And for this, well, the first thing I noticed is that this cute little chubby baby has a adorable bow tie on, which I just think is the cutest thing ever. I mean, that's a cute little kid. I don't know whose kid that is, but he's freaking cute. Look at those cheeks. I could just pinch them cheeks. He's freaking cute. But what I also noticed is all of this color in the background that looks like magic dust. And so
Mhm.
for me, this is because we had that fire, because we put down roots in something new that really feeds our soul and grows us properly. We have all this magic in our home now. We have all this wonderful, magical energy around us, around our family, around our animals, their family too, right? Like everybody feels it, and we're all just very comfortable in it now. We're all just really safe and comfortable in that magical, beautiful energy that we all have, guys. We all have it. Like you don't need some special recipe or that quick fix thing you can buy from Bezos and other people on their websites. You know, we don't need a quick fix. It's all inside of us. And people don't understand that.
It's all
Like,
within.
it's so hard to tap into their spiritual self when all they have to do is go back to nature, go back to who they were before the social programming kicked in. Right? Just rewind. Go back
I
here.
agree.
Step back in time.
It is people as they discover it or as they stumble upon it, because you see some people are searching, so they're discovering, and some people are stumbling upon it by happenstance, right? Because the universe recognizes that they need it.
Yeah.
They will start to embody it. It will be like a shock to the system, like, what? Oh, that made me feel so good. And next thing you know, the person that typically doesn't take a walk will now just start taking a leisurely stroll, destination unknown.
Right.
And there is nothing better than somebody being able to sustain their own joy because they have discovered what works for them and what works for their soul.
That's right. Hot damn. So look, so we've got the heart chakra, which is like everybody tapping into their heart chakra, clearing out all the bad shit, burning
That's
those
right.
bridges,
Love.
right? Purification of the soul. Temptation came out upside down. People are learning clear boundaries. They're not being tempted back in to those negative energies anymore. And then look at this last card. This is the one I said, hot damn. See that card?
Oh, prosperity begins.
Yes. It's all about prosperity.
And that's not one pair of hands. That's two people's hands on top of each other, planting the seed, tapping the soil, growing this tree, and fruit coming off of it. Fruit. We're already in that fruitfulness. We're already in the harvest of this. This is not something that's out in our future we have to wait for. Like, this is us experiencing this now, already receiving the blessings of this work we've already been through, mainly in the past 2 years, really. And I just want to, I've said this before, but I just want to point out one more time. We used to use the word corona before the vid word came along. And corona, translated to English, means crown.
Crown.
Crown. Crown. This might have seemed scary,
Crown chakra.
dangerous, and ugly, but it was necessary in order for us to wake up. This is like divine happenings, divine intervention. Yeah, definitely. And I was just told to also remind everyone that a lot of times when bad things happen to us and we want to blame it on the devil, we should not be giving the devil credit for it, because it's really a universal test of how bad do you want it. So my orders have been fulfilled. Renee, would you like to add to that?
Well, I think you just did it so well. I mean, I agree. It's all about the crown chakra, about opening ourselves up to the higher level of the dimensions and allowing that energy to come through, allowing no worries to come in, allowing no fear to come in. You know, it's all teaching us to get out of fear and into just knowing that there are no coincidences. As David Icke always says, there is no coincidences. You know, everything is already predestined. And, you know, I always say too, you know, it's just a matter of how many want to wake up. Some people do not want to change the way they think and feel, but, you know, I was owning my own business. So I've been researching for 10 or so many years. And the thing that really hit me is when I asked to be shown the truth, I had no idea the wild ride I would be on.
Right.
And it's brought me here to you guys. And so I can't complain about any bit of it. You know, I learn something new every day. And most people are learning a lot and waking up, you know. And, you know, our ancestors are always with us, you know, never think that they're not there with you. They see everything, whether they're in spirit or not, they are seeing what we're doing. They know what we're doing. They know they love us. You know, it's just believing that.
That's right.
Not giving the devil any power.
Right.
Don't give him the power.
Exactly. And
don't give your power away.
Right. Don't give your power away. And when you were talking about the no fear, I was shown the image of the brush fire card again and heard this very clear voice that says, we are no longer running from the fire. We're running into it. Like we are running into this new exciting light in front of us. Yeah. No fear. No fear.
No fear. As an Aries, I've never had fear. You know, I just go and do. Aries are about getting it done, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the way I've always approached life, is just let's get it done. Let's have fun, you know?
Right. Right. And you know what? Actually, I have noticed, I don't know if you've noticed lately, but I've noticed a trend with the way that I do tarot. I do it by the zodiacs, right? And I've noticed this trend in collectively everybody really stepping into that Aries attitude, that Aries power, right? Like jump in with both feet, no fear kind of mentality. It's really been showing in all the different zodiac tarot readings that I do for people. I just think that's so cool. I mean, yay us, we're being brave.
You know, sometimes we do butt heads with people, but I think it's for a reason, you know. It depends on who it is.
I'm the crabby crab. I usually just go right back into my little right? But now I got my pinchers out. I'm like, Gar. What say you, Francis?
It's, you know, it's interesting. It's interesting, Kelly, that you said that you've been noticing that energy, because again, it is because the overall big shift. So it's not going to matter whether you are a, you know, a Gemini or a Libra or a Scorpio. It is somewhere going to show up because it's part of the overall shift, the overall change, the overall reconfiguration and calibration on Earth's energy. So, but I, you know, so happy for people that are stepping into their power, so happy for people who, you know, who are interested, and I just want to make sure that if our viewers have any questions, they can always put them in the comments when they watch the upload. Yes. They can always send an email, to the website, to the email address that is on the upload, because I'm recognizing more and more that even though we might speak about things that are occurring based on where we live, with the power of the internet, we really are speaking to the world. And based on the comments that I have seen, many people from different parts of the world. So, I do want our viewers to know that it doesn't matter what part of the world you're in, feel free to send an email, send a suggestion. We would love to hear from you. I would love to know, how is your energy feeling in your location? Because it's all different, but I'm really happy to see the rising in power, the standing firm showing up for all the zodiac houses.
Yes, me too. And I was just shown an image. I was shown an image of all of us on the same roller coaster going around the track. And like we're all on the same roller coaster ride, even though we're in separate cars on the roller coaster, going through our own individual thing here. In that other dimensional shift, we're all on the same damn ride also. And so, and that's right. I was being shown as like comprehension of how we can all have our individual experience, but collectively we're still going on this journey together. And the Aries is at the front of the car.
Another thing.
Going, woo!
Too, I wanted to point out, it's just the number of years. In 2020, we had the 2020 vision to see what was really in front of our eyes. And then in 2021, we're processing everything and we're making changes. And in 2022, we've got victory because you've got 3 2s in there. And 2s is all about coming to fruition. And so I feel like, we are coming through the fire, and like your card, we're running into a different fire to make the changes, but we're out of the fire of not being able to see, the smoke has cleared. Right. We were shown how things are. So many were learning in 2020. So many of us were, waking up to what was in front of us and how the world really is without having the blinders on anymore. And all 3 of us have went through and watching different things, learning different things on the internet in different ways, but we've all arrived at the same point. And so many of us have done the same. Like you said, it's the collective waking up. And we all as individuals have woken up in our own time frame. But we're all making progress. We're learning to heal ourselves. We're learning different processes that are away from the medical mafia, as I call it. And so, we can make great changes just within ourselves and what we believe. Right. If somebody's told over and over and over, you have this and you can't win. Well, what does that do to you? No, you can win. You can make changes. You don't have to choose their formula. You can choose a different formula.
That's right. You can manifest your own reality. What do you really want?
You can.
What really brings you joy? And to hell with everything else. Let it go to hell in a handbasket.
Absolutely.
Light it on fire on its way down. Yeah. Yes. Actually, when you were talking about 2021, how we went through 2021 dealing with all the crap, I was like, seeing myself, digging out all the stuff in the closet that I don't really need, getting rid of it. Like we were really cleaning out our closets, so to speak. Cleaned out negative energies from all corners in the last year. Yeah. And now it's time to reap those benefits. Yay.
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, everybody's made major changes in their life. Some people have moved across the country. Some people are moving around, shifting what they will accept, even to what, people want to dictate to them. We have to take our freedom back. It's about the ego coming back. It's about winning our freedom.
That's
We
right.
have victory. It's already here. It's already done. Why worry? The
Right.
Aries, now it's a matter of reformulating and restructuring. And so now it's a matter of finding better ways to do it, you know, and we don't have to go with the old system. We can create all new, or we can take the old system and modify it so it can't be undermined by the people that have ruined it, basically.
Right. Right. But also, if we're going to point blame, we have to take blame where it's due for each individual as well.
Right,
Because
not
it's
standing up.
it's our fault.
Absolutely.
It's our fault, hands down, that we're in this situation.
I agree.
Because if we would have stayed on top of it, if we would have kept them in check from the get-go, it would have never happened. But we all hit the snooze button on the alarm and said, they got this. I don't need to worry about it.
I
I mean,
agree. We gave our power
And-
away.
And that
did.
is why the change is going to be different. It's important to, you know, to understand that even though, you know, we are moving towards the great awakening and people are standing in their own power, it's not an even, you know, still staggered, and it's designed that way because you have the old souls that are going to remember, and then you have the newers that are going to come into their own and bring their own. And that's how it's going to be for the future. I feel a rhythmic movement. This is what you can see my body.
Mhm.
That's you know, but it's not a push and pull. It's like a rhythm. It's like a, you know, a dance, like a
We're
sway.
moving and
So
grooving.
that's how I feel for us. Yes, yes. Just, you know, that's how I feel for us. For the future, and it is going to be all right. And you know, I would just like to interject that it's important to acknowledge all the negative,
Yeah.
but please remember that if you continue to dwell on it, you're actually giving it life.
Yeah.
You see, the negative occurs because we need to be able to look at it, evaluate what happened. How did I get there? How did I get there? And when you figure out how you got there, you won't go there again. But
Right.
if you keep on with the negative, you keep giving it power and it distracts you. That is the illusion. It distracts you from what it is that you're trying to do for yourself.
Right.
So that you can be better, so that you can be stronger. And as I always say to people, there's no one way of awakening for everybody. If anybody tells you these are the steps to awakening, no. You will know what is going to be right for you, just like divination tools. Some people use Kelly used tarot cards. I'm sorry, Renee used tarot cards today, and Kelly used oracle cards. Some people use runes, some people use pendulums. It will be different. It is the one that speaks to you. There is no timeline. There is nothing that says, oh, I did something nice today. And yes, that, you know, I'm, you know, in the shift and now my life's going to be perfect. No.
Right.
That is the romanticized version of things. It is a step-by-step journey that you will be on, and you will find your own rhythm. But no matter what happens, you will have joy. And even when things don't go your way, you will actually recognize and appreciate why. You know, that is part of it all.
Sometimes we're not meant to get anything.
That was
we're not,
my 2 cents.
yeah, sometimes we're not meant to get everything we want. Sometimes it's not meant to happen. the new souls. And I think that means the new souls coming in. And some of these are going to have just greater gifts than what we've had because we're going into 5D. All of our bodies are changing. We're getting downloads. I mean, I think all of us have went through that. And even people that don't realize they went through it, you know, you get it all the time. And I feel like the new souls are, you know, they're going to take over. They're ready for, you know, to take part of that and go with it because they will have new gifts. They will have a knowing when they arrive. And I was just kind of told to tell that. I hope that's okay.
It is a partnership. It is a harmony. That's why it's a rhythmic dance. Some of those new souls are already here, right. But they actually classify them as something else because they do not understand them. So this is part of what we have to do is we have to watch the language that we use to ensure that we don't fall back because we don't want to fall back, you know? We don't want to fall back because we're talking about harmony and balance. Right. And in harmony and balance, there is a rhythm. Right. So some of those new souls are already here and they were here for a purpose and they have been mislabeled and misidentified. But that's all that is all right. That was their journey. So, but there are some of those new souls that have not been mislabeled or misidentified. And when the others come and the old souls finally get there, again, I keep, you know, I speak with my body, I speak with my feelings. This is what I see. It's you know, the dance where you've got your move, I've got my move, you go your way, I go my way, but it's all smooth. That's what I see, you know, and it's all smooth. That's what I see. It's not about this one is the lead. No, it's a sway. You will know when to take charge. You will know when to fall back. That's the rhythm that I see.
Right. Right. And I would like to just add to that all children are ascended masters until society teaches them otherwise.
I agree on that. And some of what's been done to the children is to take away their power of what they're going to be coming into. I mean, the ones in charge don't want everybody waking up. They don't want us taking back our world. And so much of that is happening for a reason.
Yeah, because the difference now moving forward is that people are starting to understand that now. And so all of the children that will be born from here on out will be listened to, will be nurtured, will be honed in their innate ability to connect with spirit and nature. And that is where that beautiful ebb and flow comes from. And that's why they will be better leaders than we are. And I think that's the word. Really beautiful place to wrap this up. And so if you would like to give some parting thoughts, we'll say our goodbyes. Renee, we'll start with you.
Well, I just think that the world, we are moving. We got to realize we've got victory in this and that things are going to be good and just have a positive outlook. I mean, it was funny when I shuffled my cards, I really didn't ask for anything. I just asked for a message and I got such a great message out of it, you know, and we got to remember that the path is already lit, you know, and I just love this card so much because this little teeny tiny card has so much energy in it. And I just see us all going to the light. We're taking the right path. We're going the right way, you know, and anybody finding these videos is already awake. And they see all that too in their own lives. And I think these cards will mirror so many people's lives. They'll feel such a resonance towards all of the cards that we drew tonight. And yeah, thank you, Kelly. Appreciate you hosting this.
Thank you. Thank you for being a part of it. Francis?
So my parting words are that I would like to let everybody know that it will be well. It will be all right. I'm being asked to encourage people to reach out, to check out the website, to reach out via email, because there are a lot of shy people out there that aren't sure, that may, again, this assumption, I have a stupid question. Please know that no question is stupid.
Right.
Your suggestions, your ideas, your requests are welcome. And also, I've been asked to remind people to take a pause, and I'm to help people do a 5-minute pause. So look out for the website, because I don't do numbers. And I guess we will learn how to pause for 5 minutes or something, because that is part of it. We have become too busy, but now that we know we've become too busy, we can figure out how to carve out time to just stop. So much love and much light, and be well.
Thank you for being with us, Francis.
Thank you, Kelly.
All right. Until next time, we'll see you. Be well, be blessed.